And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80. Here we go. Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Wait, wait.
On first down, Ryan. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
22. Get that quarterback. 25. Check 25.
Ryan now off the bootleg. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup of 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
58.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Ready.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 16. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. David Amerson able to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
Johnny, blue 80. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let's go, D. Don't be lift, lift, lift. Stop being low. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. He's got Evans. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Blue
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 52.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. Still staying. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Check. Lucky. Watch twist.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, South. Watch twist. Bravo. 45. Mike, 45. Check.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Got it.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't...
And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. And got his man complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Shifts by him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
51, Sam! Got. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. You better be afraid.
Second and 10 now, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons have retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 24-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He sets to, and that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
I can't believe they let you play.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And this is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. This is Coleman. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? It's Coleman here, diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And Gay knocks this one through. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. He spins through.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case,
there he goes right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit. Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
All that only nets him a yard. It's second down.
At the 16-yard line.
Hey, express! Kill. 22 jet bomber. Hey, Mike 20. Hey, walk it up.
On second down now. It's Freeman, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Just like that.
First down, Winston. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Throwing, Winston. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action now, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans, his 11th touchdown of the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Vita Vea able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Check three.
On second down, Freeman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 32 on the play. From the gun, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground. This time, Barber. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyler Davison in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Ready. White 25. White 25. Crunch time, defense.
Now on 2nd and 16. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Here's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's looking for Ridley again. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. And he fires one incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
39. Gun.
To throw again. Ryan to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball.
And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll try and run with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jameis again. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Gotta do better. Come on.
Off the play fake, Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tevin Coleman. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. His throw caught right around the 6. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Shift. Watch the shift. Kill.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here. But let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick.
Ready? Blue lady. Check. Green, triple thing. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check. Come on. Sunday.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
55, my guy, 55. Slow. Tighten down. There you go. Mike 55.
Winston here to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On play action, Winston. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to